guys, let's go to Melbourne. Arrived in Catherine. I need to refuel. I have half tank, so I want to be nice and topped up before heading down to Alice Springs. It is like 10 o'clock in the morning. Plan is to get to Daily Water by lunchtime. I have a friend that's a little bit ahead of us in a fuel tanker I want to fill. My friend Hilly, he helped me clean the truck when I arrived in Darwin, so I feel like that's a little way I can pay it back to him for his help. But right now I'm waiting out on the road because I can't get into the servo because there's two triple road trains hogging it. But once they get out of the way, then I can get in, refuel, and we'll hit the road. Realities of being a truck driver is, for example, right now I'm driving right down the centre of Australia, and there are some iconic, really unique places along the way. For example, in 50 k's I'm about to pass the turn off to Mataranka. I've been to Mataranka before. It's this beautiful, pristine, clear thermal springs. I'll try and bring some footage in now. When I came up in 2020, I've only done this trip once, and it's from Adelaide to Darwin in a car. We had the luxury of being able to stop wherever we wanted, to a time restraint obviously, but like, you know, we were in a car, we got to stop, stay as long as we wanted. But for me, I know that it's right there. I would love to go for a swim, but I have to have this truck back in Melbourne by Thursday so that the team can unload it and get working on the cars. So I don't have the luxury of being able to pull over there and do that. I already know that I'm going to allocate my break time to Daily Waters today, so I can catch up with my friend Hilly and have lunch there. So because I've already allocated my head that that's where my break is, I can't pull over here. It was the same when we did our trip up the west coast. You know, there was Nungaloo Reef, which is apparently just as, if not more beautiful than the Great Barrier Reef. I could see it on Google Maps, it was just there, but I couldn't pull over to go. Broome, we were 33 k's away. I got boxed in, I couldn't unhook, and I couldn't get into Broome to go check it out. So although I was so close, couldn't see it, only saw the roadhouse. So for me, the luxury is I get to see the beautiful landscapes on the side of the highway, but there's so many things that we miss. But you know, we are so lucky. But I just want to remember that although I do show the great things, there are moments like that where you just like, damn, that sucks. But at least one day I'll have a holiday and I'll be able to afford it from driving, and yeah, it's just the realities of being on the road as a professional driver. roads that I'm familiar with. I don't feel like I'm such a rookie at the moment, but yeah, so it's been pretty cool to now. We've had dry roads, but I'm getting a sense and a feeling that we're going to be kind of driving into some shitty weather now. It's very windy and looks like it's going to be raining south of here. All good to get going. So I used to drive road trains on this highway up to from Adelaide to Adelaide to Compede or Adelaide to Port Augusta, and that's the first stretch of road that I, really sunk my teeth into and learned the ropes driving road trains. So this is my stomping ground. It's what I'm familiar with. A lot of the trip I've been driving roads I've never driven, so this has been really nice for me just to feel like I'm, back home a little bit. It's just Vinny and me. We're just cruising together. It's just very, very easy. We are pushing it. We're doing every minute of our logbook, so we are averaging over 1,000 kilometres a day. But the goal is we just need to get these trucks back as quick as possible to Melbourne so the teams can work on their race cars ready for the Townsville round. So yeah, no time to really stop and chill or check out the areas. It's just like kind of fulfilling our logbook of our minimum breaks and just keep going. So that's alright. I'm used to it. Not every day is a holiday. But yeah, we'll stop in Adelaide next. Get to see my best friend, which I'm really excited for, and meet her baby. They're visiting from London, and one of the realities of being out on the road is that we miss so many things, and I haven't been able to see her because ever since she came home I've been out on the road. So yeah, at least I get to see her today. Alright, let's just get moving.
I'm Scotty. I'm the driver of the Team 18 transporter. When I'm not on the road at the racetrack, I'm on the tyres for Car 18 for Anton. Back at the workshop here, I do tyres as well. I also look after all the trailers, everything that's basically inside the trailers. And my other role was I was air spike in the pit crew, which I hopefully will be going back to one day. See how we go. When Charlie and Matt rang and go, we're going to see if CJ can do it, what are your thoughts? I said straight away, yeah, bang, get her in there. It's going to be great for everyone, great for her, great for the team, and I know the truck's going to be in good hands. And obviously, like the load in the truck, which is the important thing. I still haven't told you how much it all is yet.
No.
We'll do that after. It was interesting to see it from someone else's perspective, and also talk on the phone to CJ as well and see how the trip was going. You don't realise how long you're away for on these trips. I did notice that because it's day after day after day. You're seeing it on the social media instead of actually doing it. But yeah, it was different to watch it that way, I'll be honest. I was a bit, I wouldn't say I was jealous, I wanted to be there.
You were jealous because you were really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I know. It was the biggest trip of the year and I missed it, but I'm better and that's all that matters. Yeah. Firstly, CJ did a really great job and I was very, very proud of what she did and to come in at the last minute and for the whole team, not just for myself, for the whole team, was really good. You had a good trip, you enjoyed it, and we really appreciate what you did for us. Helped us out, got us out of the trouble, and look, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better and getting back amongst it.
Yeah, like it's bittersweet for me that the chapter's like ended for me, but I'm so stoked because like it's a good thing that it's ended because it means that you're back, you're well enough to go and do the next rounds, and I can cheer on from the side.
And look, and the main thing is too, hopefully it motivates other people to look into motorsport as well and see that it's not just working on a car. There's a lot that goes into it.
I just assumed that a truck driver would have been just a truck driver. Until last year, I had no idea of the other roles that the truck drivers play within the team all year round, and I didn't realise that it was like a full-time role within the team. So that would kind of surprise me. So when I was working the mines, I got used to driving with a road ranger with really, really heavy weights, which I just thought was normal. And then coming into a very light combination and driving on the road has really had to change my driving style, the way I changed the gears, the speeds, having to use brakes more than having the trailers drag me back and using engine braking. So it's very interesting, the difference with that. In the mines, empty combination can be the same like weight as this fully loaded. So it did take a little bit of changing my driving style. But what I found is that I was most comfortable in the back of the pack. So we'd all park up together at night, but then everyone would like kind of go off in little groups. So you'd have the guys that wanted to get up real early and just hit the road. They'd go off, and about an hour later another group would go off, and then our group kind of went last. And I liked that. There was no pressure to have to get there. We all got to the same spot at the end of the night, but because I don't have a bull bar, and mainly because I don't have a bull bar, I didn't want to do too much night driving. If you've got a big bull bar, you don't have to worry about it, because out in the middle of nowhere there's big animals. You've got camels, you've got donkeys, you've got horses, you've got cattle, so you want to be protected. So I was happy to be at the back, and it was a nice vibe back there. But then Darwin back to Melbourne, so yeah, Darwin to Melbourne was flat out. It was just me and Vinny. Vinny and I travelled together, and we used up every inch of our logbook. It was big days. I didn't really get much footage because I was so busy. But yeah, the first two legs was slow and the last one was very fast. Well, yeah, I think something to really highlight is the fact that people probably don't even think about the fact of where do truck drivers shower at the end of the day. Our options are so limited, and when we do get somewhere that we can have a shower, quite often we rock up and it's terrible. Like, you know, you feel dirtier once you leave there, or there's nowhere to put your clothes that are dry. As a female, quite often there's no shower facilities even for me. I have to use either disabled toilet or go into the men's cubicles where men are still coming in to use a toilet and I'm showering. So to go to Roebuck, where they had a standalone building that only truck drivers could get a key to, you go in and there's 4 separate rooms. You go in and it's an actual room where your clothes are dry. You've got a basin, they provide towels as well, so you can actually have a nice towel that you put away and they launder for you. So I know I keep harping on about it, but it's like just so nice to see someone who cares, because so many of these old roadhouses that did provide, you know, your meals that you could eat, like a nice home cooked meal, or you could have a nice clean shower. Most of the times you can't, like there's no way you can go into a roadhouse now and not wear Crocs or thongs on your feet. Like most of them, you just feel so dirty. There's nowhere dry to put your clothes down. So to go there where they've built this for truck drivers, I really hope that other people realise and start thinking about it, so they put more effort in, because it wouldn't take much for roadhouses to just, those little 1%ers, like have someone, like give us a mop down at the end of the shower, because the other night I walked in and it was like all steamed up and the floors were wet. Like there was no way I could even put my bag, there was no hooks on the walls for my bags or anything like that. So kudos to Roebuck for that. And then inside, really great meals. They had lots of pre-made meals as well, like home-cooked meals that truck drivers could get to put in their fridge and restock ready for the next journey. Lots of healthy options. So that was a real highlight of that leg. When they asked me if I could help cover Scotty, I just instantly said yes, because I was like, well, Scotty's such a good guy, and the fact that he feels comfortable with me like steering his ship it's a big responsibility and a big honour. I felt a lot of pressure the whole time to make sure that I was representing him well and doing a good job, and that I was taking pride in his rig and making sure that I honoured him. Like any interviews I did, I always was like, this is Scotty's job, I haven't taken it. And then to be able to talk to him and hear him keep getting better and better as the trip went on, and try to make him feel like when we got the podium, like instantly FaceTime Scotty, like, Scotty, want to make sure that you're here with us and all of that. So that was really important. And then when he said, hey mate, like, I'll meet you at the BP, let's drive the last leg in together, it was good. I felt very nervous that I wanted to make sure I did a really good job when he was in the truck, like make sure I get all the gear changes right, and like, because when you have your own vehicle, that's your pride and joy, that's your home on wheels, that's the thing that you have so much pride in, and giving the keys to someone else is a big deal. There's a lot of pressure, so to have him be so supportive of me, like get in the truck, he didn't make me feel guilty or like nervous. It was just such a beautiful journey in, and then to roll into the shed together was just the perfect finale for this journey.